Hello everybody and welcome back in Linda's home kitchen. So today's recipe is a bit unconventional. Linda is making a German style schnitzel, which by itself is not really that unusual. However, instead of using pork or chicken, Linda is using cabbage as a meat substitute. Now, as a German myself, I was a bit skeptical at first, but once I tried it, I was amazed how good it tasted. In addition, Linda made a simple but delicious creamy mushroom sauce to top off the cabbage schnitzels. So stick around to see how to make this because I'm sure you want to try this recipe yourself. So as our first step, we're gonna prepare the cabbage schnitzel. We use 1 head of green cabbage and we peel off 1 or 2 layers of the outer leaves of the cabbage because they are usually wilted. Today we're making 4 schnitzels, so we need only half the cabbage. I think 2 schnitzels per person is a good serving size, so if you're making dinner for 4, just use the whole head of cabbage. We cut off the ends, we won't need them, and then we cut the schnitzels about 1 inch thick. So next we set up what we used to call the schnitzel station, or in broader terms, the breading station. In the first bin we put 1 cup of all-purpose flour. And we season it with garlic powder and smoked paprika. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. And just whisk it to combine it. So in the second bin we crack 4 eggs. Just lightly beat it. And last but not least, in the third bin, we add 2 cups of panko breadcrumbs. So now we are ready to prepare the cabbage schnitzels. It's a 3-step process. And first we place it in the first bin and coat it with the flour. And next we coat it with the beaten eggs. Just make sure you don't miss a spot. And finally coat it with the breadcrumbs. And as you can see, Linda is pressing down a little bit and putting a little bit of extra breadcrumbs on top, pressing that on as well. And then just lightly shake off what's not sticking to the schnitzel. Now we simply repeat the process for the other 3. So now we are ready to fry them up. We use a large pan over medium heat and we add 1.5 cups of vegetable oil. Now we add all the schnitzels to the pan. We're gonna fry them on both sides. And to make sure they turn out nice and crispy, make sure the oil is at about 350 degrees. By the way, we are Linda and Stefan, a German-American couple. We have been married for 25 years. Linda used to be a pastry chef and a chef at her parents' German restaurant for decades. And I get to enjoy Linda's cooking every day and like to share some of her recipes with you on YouTube. So if you want to support a small mom and pop channel, give us a like or subscribe. We would really appreciate it. So now the schnitzels are already crispy and brown on both sides. We transfer them to a sheet pan and we bake them for 15 more minutes in an oven at 325 degrees. So let's get started with the sauce. First we're gonna dice half an onion. You also need to dice 1 small shallot. And we're gonna slice 14 ounces of mushrooms. Brown, white, or mixed, whatever you prefer. There's definitely a lot of mushrooms, but they're gonna cook down a little bit, and all the juices from the mushrooms gonna give us a taste that we are looking for in our creamy mushroom sauce. Next step is optional. They're just for decoration afterwards to sprinkle it on top of the dish. So to get started, we melt 2 tablespoons of butter in a large pan over medium heat. We add our onions and shallots and cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes until they're soft. So now we add our mushrooms. You want to stir them a little bit so they're all coated with the butter. Then season them with salt and pepper. And cook until the mushrooms have released their juices. Next, we're gonna mince in 3 cloves of garlic. And add 4 sprigs of thyme for extra flavor. Cook 1 minute until the garlic is fragrant. Now we add in the white wine to deglaze the pan, and we stir and scrape off any bits and pieces from the bottom using a wooden spatula. Before we add the chicken stock, let it simmer for a couple minutes until most of the wine evaporated. And after we pour in 1 cup of heavy cream, we let it simmer for about 5 minutes until reduced by half. Next, we're gonna make our cornstarch slurry. To thicken the sauce, we use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water. Whisk it all together. And before we use it, we're actually gonna remove the thyme sprigs. And now we can pour and stir in the cornstarch slurry. Don't pour in everything at once, just to make sure it doesn't become too thick. You can always add a little more, but you cannot remove it. Once you have the right consistency, just let it simmer for another minute or 2. And in the meantime, we can take out our schnitzels from the oven. So, and now we are ready to plate them. I mean, look at them, they look amazing. If you wouldn't know any better, you would think this is a pork schnitzel. It was super crispy, I absolutely loved it. And top it off with our wonderful creamy mushroom sauce. Oh my god, it was so good. So because we are pressed for time, we just served it with potatoes and some cucumber salad. I think the perfect side for this would be German spätzles. It would go really well with that sauce. And if you don't know what German spätzles are or how to make them, check out the next video. I guess German spätzles are comparable to like Italian gnocchis. So if you're interested, check it out. So, and there you have it, cabbage schnitzel with creamy mushroom sauce. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, yours truly, Linda and Stefan.